Lesson 72. Holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation.
Hi there. Have you ever wondered what salvation really means and how it can transform your life? Yesterday, we recognized that the ego's plan for salvation is the opposite of God's plan for salvation. Today, we will understand that the ego's plan is not only in opposition to God's plan, but is also an active attack on it. The ego's plan is a deliberate attempt to destroy God's plan by assigning him the attributes associated with the ego, while pretending to take on the attributes of God. The ego desires to replace God, which keeps us separate and alone in our individual bodies, making it difficult to reach other minds beyond the limits of the body. However, this cannot be the best way to expand communication, despite what the ego may have you believe. While it may be obvious that trying to maintain the limitations of the body hinders our spiritual progress, it may not be immediately clear why holding onto grievances goes against God's plan for salvation. However, by examining the types of things for which you typically hold grievances, the reasons become clearer. Don't grievances always involve something that the body does? For example, a person says something that you do not like, or does something that displeases you, or reveals hostile thoughts through their behavior. When this happens, you are not dealing with the person as they are, but instead, you are only looking at what they do in their body. You are not helping them to be free from the body's limitations. Instead, you are actively trying to hold them to it, by confusing them with their body and judging them as if they were just a body. In doing so, you are attacking God, because if His Son is only a body, then God must also be only a body. However, it is impossible to conceive of a creator completely different from his creation. The body's apparent reality causes you to overlook entirely what your brother is, and every grievance that you hold insists that the body is real. It reinforces your belief that your brother is a body and condemns him for it. Then death must be the only salvation. In this world, where angry animals seek prey and mercy has no place, the ego presents itself as your savior. It says, "God made you a body? Okay, let's not be deprived of what the body offers. Take the little you can get. God gave you nothing. The body is your only savior." This is what the world you see universally believes. Some people hate the body and try to hurt it and humiliate it, while others love it and try to glorify and exalt it. But when you place the body at the core of your concept of yourself, you are attacking God's plan for salvation and holding your grievances against Him and His creation, preventing you from hearing the voice of truth and embracing God. The ego takes His place instead, and God becomes your enemy while the ego becomes your friend. Today, we will stop these senseless attacks on salvation. We have been seeing things upside down, but now it is time to turn things right side up and restore our peace of mind. We have seen ourselves trapped in a body, and the truth outside ourselves, away from our awareness due to the limitations of the body. Now we will try to see this differently. God put the light of truth inside us. We don't need to worry about our bodies, our true selves are beyond them. To recognize the light of truth in us is to recognize ourselves as we are. We are not the body, and as we see that, we end the attack on God's plan for salvation and accept it instead. And when His plan is accepted, it is already accomplished. Today, during our longer practice periods, our goal is to become aware that God's plan for our salvation has already been accomplished within us. To achieve this, we must replace attack with acceptance, since attacking God's plan prevents us from understanding it. Our tendency to attack arises from our lack of recognition, but we can overcome this by putting aside our judgments and asking God to reveal to us what salvation truly is. We can do this by asking,
"What is salvation, Father? I do not know. Tell me, that I may understand."
Then, we will be quiet and listen for His answer. In the past, we may have been quick to attack God's plan for salvation and allowed our grievances to consume us, blocking out the voice of truth. However, now we are ready to see, hear, and learn by seeking guidance from God instead of the ego.
What is salvation, Father?
Ask and you will be answered. Seek and you will find. Whenever our confidence wanes and hope fades, we can simply repeat our question.
What is salvation, Father? I do not know. Tell me, that I may understand.
It's important to remember that we are asking the infinite creator of infinity, who created us like Himself, and that His answer will be true.
What is salvation, Father? I do not know. Tell me, that I may understand.
He will answer. Be determined to hear. For today, 1 or 2 shorter practice periods per hour will be enough. Say to yourself,
Holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. Let me accept it instead. What is salvation, Father?
then wait a minute or so in silence, preferably with your eyes closed, and listen for his answer. What do you think of that? Wasn't this an eye-opening lesson? Keep up the great work, and I'll see you tomorrow for another powerful lesson.
If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment. Thanks. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. There's a new lesson every day.